Hi, guys. I am going to read you a story. It's called Matthew's Dream. Let's do a little sneak peek. Looks like this story is going to be about two mice, and they are looking at maybe a sun. The sun looks kind of funny, though, so maybe it is the dream. Here's the back. This book is by Leo Leone. Here they are again looking at some stuff. Matthew's Dream. A couple of mice lived in a dusty attic with their only child. His name was Matthew. In one corner of the attic, draped with cobwebs, were piles of newspapers, books, and magazines, an old broken lamp, and the sad remains of a doll. That was Matthew's corner. Do you guys see all of those things? Mice were very poor, but they had high hopes for Matthew. He would grow up to be a doctor, perhaps. Then they would have Parmesan cheese for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But when they asked Matthew what he wanted to be, he said, "I don't know. I want to see the world." One day, Matthew and his classmates were taken to the museum. It was the first time. They were amazed at what they saw. There was a huge portrait of King Mouse the Fourth, dressed like a general, and next to it was a picture of cheese that made Matthew drool. There were winged mice that floated through the air, and mice with horns and bushy tails, and mountains and rushing streams and branches bowing in the wind. The world is all here, thought Matthew. Maybe you have been to a museum and seen paintings like this, or maybe you've not ever been to a museum. Entranced, Matthew wandered from room to room, gazing at the paintings. Entranced means that you are just amazed and you can't help but look at it and you can't look away. So he's walking around in awe, like these paintings, he's entranced by them. There were some that he didn't understand at first. One looked like crusts of pastry, but when he looked more carefully, a mouse emerged. Then, turning a corner, Matthew found himself face to face with another little mouse. She smiled at him. "I am Nicoletta," she said. "Aren't these paintings wonderful?" That night, Matthew had a strange dream. He dreamed that he and Nicoletta were walking hand in hand in an immense, fantastic painting. I couldn't see the words very well, and I saw the DR, and I made a blooper, and I guessed that it said dressed. But then I thought, does that make sense in the story? No. So I went back and fixed it really quick. He dreamed that he and Nicoletta were walking. That makes more sense from the story. As they walked, playful patches of color shifted under their feet, and all around them, suns and moons moved gently to the sound of distant music. Matthew had never been so happy. He embraced Nicoletta. "Let's stay here forever," he whispered. Matthew woke with a start. He was alone. Nicoletta had faded with his dream. The gray dreariness of his attic corner appeared to him in all of its bleak misery. Tears came to his eyes. How do you think he's feeling? You can show me on your faces. If he's got tears. And he's saying that it's misery, which to me sounds like the word miserable. And that means that he's feeling kind of sad. But then, as if by magic, what Matthew saw began to change. The shapes hugged each other, and the pale colors of the messy junk heap brightened. Even the crumpled newspapers now looked smooth and soft. And from afar, Matthew thought he heard the notes of a familiar music. Wow, this looks almost like the dream. So I bet he's using his imagination. He ran to his parents' corner. I know, he said. Now I know. I want to be a painter. Matthew became a painter. He worked hard and painted large canvases filled with the shapes and colors of joy. Then he married Nicoletta. In time, he became famous, and mice from all over the world came to see and buy his paintings. His largest painting now hangs in the museum. When asked about the title, Matthew smiles. The title, he says, as if he had never thought about it before. My dream. Today, I'm going to be like Matthew and I am going to do some painting myself. I'm excited because one of the things I'm going to do while staying indoors is do a paint by numbers, um, as I like to make art. So I'm going to make some art today like Matthew, and I will show you a picture of it later.